Next time you see your neighbor, tell him I'm worried about him. I ain't talked to him in a minute.
Go by there. He good. He be doing stuff.
Yeah, you know, I don't just pop up on him now.
No, you can't.
So, okay.
He doing good. He doing good. He doing good.
Yes, well.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Some of you may be familiar with our speaker today. He came to speak with our 8th grade, but they enjoyed it so much, so we decided we'd bring him back for Black History. Me and him have developed a relationship. He would like to help our community and do different things. So, my introduction. Join me in welcome Mr. Harold Doby III, author, motivator, former professional basketball player, born and raised in Augusta, Georgia. Mr. Doby has turned his life's toughest challenge into powerful lessons of faith, resilience, and personal growth. Overcoming 45-year prison sentence through his own legal appeal, he now travels to schools and communities to share his story to inspire accountability, hope, and change. Today, he is here to encourage and motivate our students to stay focused, to make positive choices, and to believe in the future. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Harold Doby III.
Clap one time if you hear me. Clap 2 times if you hear me. Don't clap if you hear me. Where my 6th graders at? Okay. Where my 7th graders at? 8th graders? All right. 6th grade, can I get a 6-7? 7th grade, can I get a 6-7? 8th grade, can I get a 6-7? All right. Jaguars, can I get a 6-7? All right. So, it's good that we're able to have fun with that number right now and enjoy it. But back in October the 6th, 2023, I was sentenced to 45 years in prison. My release date was October the 6th, 2067. So I played basketball overseas. I played professional basketball. I did music. And I'm sure we all got a mindset as if we got to defend ourselves or make it home, we're going to do whatever by any means to make it home. And back in 2019, I was in a situation, it was a bar fight that was going on. I wasn't involved in the fight, but I knew the people that was involved in the fight. So after the fight, I was in the car. I was trying to leave. A group of guys approached my car. They opened up my car door. I ended up firing off a shot. I had my gun license, a warning shot. I had no intent of harming nobody or nobody getting injured. But someone ended up getting scrubbed. That happened in 2019. So I was brought to court back in 2022. That's when they brought my case up. And when I went to court, I was sentenced to 25 years probation and a restitution. I had to pay $155,000 within 12 months' time. It's 8 billion people in the world. 1% out of 8 billion people in the world would have been comfortable paying $155,000 in 12 months. So I was sentenced to 45 years in prison for something that 99% of the world couldn't do. My name is Harold Doby. I was born and raised in Augusta. Actually, I'm from the bottom. I went to East Augusta, which is Hornsby. I went to Lucy C. Laney. I played basketball at Georgia State before transferring back home to Augusta State, where I finished and got a bachelor's degree in communication. And I come to tell y'all my story to hope save y'all lives. So, go back to middle school. This where your resume started here. Today. This where it follow you. I had an incident where my 7th grade year, I had a friend on the basketball team. It was doing tryouts. It was the last day of tryouts. And Underwood, which I think they done tore it down now, and East Boundary, they was beefing at the time. But I knew the guys from both neighborhoods. And one of my close friends from East Boundary got kicked out of practice. And the other neighborhood was outside waiting on him to jump on him. So I decided to walk out the door and leave practice to prevent the fight from happening. That was the reality of it. So I ended up riding a bike back to Dr. Manor. We went back to the hood. And by the time I got to the neighborhood, my mom pulled up. She jumped out the car. "What you think you doing, son? What you got going on?" I say, "Mom, I'm just trying to stop such and such from getting jumped on." That wasn't the word she got. The basketball coach had done told her that I was leaving practice to go help him fight. That was lesson number 1. But I didn't get it. Perspective over reality. Reality, I was trying to prevent the fight from happening. But others saw it as I was going to help him fight. So sometimes we judged our perspective in life instead of reality. So then my dad got locked up when I was 7 years old. And my mom always told me that my dad was off in school, but the whole time my dad was in prison. I had to find out from one of my teammates that my daddy was in prison. So I went home with an attitude, mad at my mama, like she done lied to me this whole time. And so we finally had a conversation. And I asked my mom why she lied. She was acting protecting me. She wasn't lying to me. But I didn't see it that way. So when an adult tell us things sometimes, they telling us to protect us because they care about us. So we have to listen. And it's a lot of things that my mom, my teachers, my coaches told me as I was coming up that I ain't listen. And the sign's been there all my life. And I wish I would have listened. And I'm coming back today to tell y'all my story and hope y'all listen to my story. Because while I was in prison, I met a lot of kids, a lot of guys, a lot of men that been in and out of the system since the age of 13, since the age of 12. And once that system gets you, they don't let you go. I got my sentence vacated in 2024 on September the 11th. I was released from prison on September the 24th. But the day I was released from prison, what I thought was going to be a start of a new journey, a start of freedom, Richmond County picked me up the same day and took me to the county jail. I sat in the county jail for 3 months with no charges. I had a court date on October 5th. They didn't take me. I had another court date, November 7th. I went down to the courthouse. I'm sitting in the holding cell all day. The clerk of the court came. He was like, "You still here? You still here?" I was like, "Yes, sir. I got on shackles. I can't go nowhere." He was like, "Court been over with." They had to call somebody to come pick me up. I got back to the jail. I called my mom. I said, "Hey, Mom, you know they had me in the court all day today?" She said, "No, I'm going to go down there tomorrow and see what's going on." So she went down there the next day, October the 8th. They said I had court at 2 o'clock. On October the 8th, my mom was in the courtroom at 2 o'clock. Richmond County wouldn't take me to court. I'm sitting at Fantasy Road. So they had like I missed the court date. So I ended up putting it on social media, and it went viral. I ended up going to court on December the 2nd. I went to court on December the 2nd. They let me go. But still to this day, I'm sentenced under the same circumstances that sent me to prison. They still saying I got to pay $155,000. I'm still on 20 years probation. That's a lifetime. I like to travel. I'm free, but I don't have my freedom. Every time I go somewhere, go out of town, I got to call and get permission from the probation office. That ain't the way to live. That ain't life. Then I'm gonna talk to y'all about social media. I had an incident in college. I went to Georgia State, and our coach got fired. So a new coach had to come in, right? A new coach came in. This is my sophomore year. A new coach came in, and I don't know if y'all know, anytime a coach come in, he got players that he want to bring in with him. So in order for him to bring in his players, he got to make room. He got to get rid of some of the old players. So he was doing one-on-one interviews. I came in, we sat down. He told me, he said, "Hey, Mr. Doby, I don't think you'll be a fit for my program. You like to party all the time." Say, "Like to party?" He said, "Yeah." He had my social media pulled up. This back in 2011. So I transferred from Laney and went to the school called Osmar Christian down in Florida. So every time I used to come home, of course I used to hang with my friends, go to parties, and that's where, you know, phones, cameras weren't all that good back then. So if you see somebody with a camera, you'll take a picture. So all my social media, all my profile pictures and everything like that was me at a party. And he was looking at my Facebook. We had MySpace at the time. I don't know if y'all know about anything about that. MySpace, High Five, that we had. So he had my social media pulled up. All my pictures. I got a cup in my hand. I'm at a party. But that was from over 3 to 5 years of work. That was from me in high school all the way up until my college days. But what I'm telling y'all about social media, be careful what you put on social media. It'll follow you for a lifetime. Y'all think this Snapchat and on my story and all that stuff, think it's go away? It never go away. It never go away. You try to go apply for a job in the future, athletes, anything, that always gonna be there is gonna follow you. That's what they judge you off of before you open up your mouth. Once they see your name come across their desk or that screen, the first thing they gonna do, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, put in your name. Watch what you put on social media. If you take care of yourself today, it'll take care of your future. Everybody wanna make money, right? Everybody wanna make money, right? So you don't want a decision that you made as a teenager to affect you in your adult life. Because it will. It will. And listen to your peers, all your teachers, the people in the community, all the adults around you. They done did what you trying to do. It ain't nothing that you trying to do that they haven't seen or did. People love you. People care about you. If they didn't care, I won't be here today. They won't have me here talking to y'all to try to help y'all better y'all future. Y'all the future. I wouldn't be here today. I just worked a 12-hour shift. I got off work this morning and stayed up to come talk to y'all to give y'all my time. I got to go back in and work tonight and work another 12-hour shift. People care about y'all. You got to care about yourself too, though. Can I get a 6-7? Yeah. So, my third point. I was sentenced to 45 years in prison, right? And lawyers expensive. I was charged with aggravated assault, aggravated battery, possession of a firearm, and simple battery. The cheapest lawyer that I could have hired was $25,000. That was the cheapest. And that was for an average lawyer. So, of course, they wanted it up front. And that couldn't happen. And then they was telling me, even if I get on $25,000, $30,000, it was going to take 2 to 5 years just to start my appeal process. Just to get it started, it's going to take 2 to 5 years. So this lesson right here for y'all, even when somebody tell y'all something, do your own research. Don't just go off what somebody say. And I know a lot of times it'll probably be a lot of commotion from he say, she say. Somebody say, oh, somebody said this about you. Somebody said that about you. And you just run with it. Now you mad and beefing with somebody over he say, she say. But now this kind of reality in the real world. I didn't just take what the lawyers told me or what that judge sentenced me to. Once I got to Jackson State Prison, which one of the worst prisons in Georgia, and I got my sheet and it said my release date was 2006-7. I knew I had to get out of prison. I couldn't, that wasn't me. I'm too player for that. Just wearing the same thing every day, around nothing but man, going from eating good to eating slop, that ain't the way. Every day you waking up, somebody fighting, somebody getting stabbed. All that is real in there. All that acting tough now, it's fun until you have to go in prison and actually be tough. I done saw some of the toughest guys go out bad, get punched out, for real. They shooters on the street, but in there, they bottom of the barrel. We might know them as big homie out here, but in there, they're a shrimp. And I just couldn't live like that for the rest of my life, because basically that was the rest of my life, 45 years. So I started going to the law library. I started studying law about restitution. I was going to the law library every day. So I ended up writing my own appeal. I wrote my own appeal. I won my appeal in 9 months. I actually won my appeal. I ain't get it started in 9 months. I won it within 9 months after they was telling me it'll take 2 to 5 years just to get started. But if I would have sat there and listened to them, I'd still be in prison to this day. I won't be here talking to y'all. So whenever somebody tell you something, make sure you listen, do your own research. I got a book out now. I wrote a book while I was in prison. It's called Blessings in the Dark. And it's all dark moments, not a nightmare. And my title come from, even when I was at my darkest moment, I became a better version of myself in prison. I feel like prison was a shield to help you become a better version of myself. It saved me. Because my mama could have been burying me. instead of visiting me. It taught me a lot about my surroundings, about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like the night of the shooting, I could have left, but I stayed. I had to hold myself accountable. And it's a lot of things that we blame others for, that we don't look in the mirror and say, what I could have did different. And prison opened my eyes to a lot of things. It showed me once you change your mindset, it'll change your life. You're going to get out of life on what you think. If you think positive, you always going to get a positive outcome. If you think negative, you're going to get a negative outcome. And my book is All Dark Moments Not a Nightmare. And hopefully, I'm going to try to get some in the library for y'all so y'all can check it out and read it and learn more about my story. Because I'll be here all day telling y'all my story, day for day. Clap one time if you hear me. Clap 2 times if you hear me. Can I get a 6, 7? I got to make sure y'all still with me. So now, before I leave, I'm going to open up for questions. I want to see what y'all know, whatever question y'all got, and there's no question is a dumb question. If you want to know something, you got to ask. So if you're in the classroom and you don't understand, if you don't know, don't just throw a temper tantrum. Don't just throw a fit. Don't just give up and not do the work at all. Ask your teacher. Ask a classmate. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Because if you don't ask, you will never know. So don't be afraid to ask questions. How did I feel when they sentenced me to 45 years? Honestly, I was so depressed, bro. And out of it, when they sentenced me to 45 years, I didn't even know it. I didn't even hear them sentence me to 45 years. I had just went through major surgery, brain surgery. That's another thing. I ended up losing my eye. I got tased by the police and lost my eye. So I had just had major eye surgery in May. My grandma passed in July. So I was out of it. I was depressed, bro. I ain't know I had 45 years till I got to Jackson. So I ain't even hear it. Anybody else? Up top. What was my first day of prison like? It was different. It was shocking. I remember my first day at Jackson, man. I got off the bus. They make you strip down all the way down to your boxers out in the cold. It was October, so it was very cold. You're around 50 to 100 other men. You walk in there, you gotta do a script search. It's a mutiny. It's like you get butt booted naked, bro. Like seriously, in front of other men. And you put your hands in the air. It was one of the embarrassed moments. The air different. Oh, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. That's a feeling I'll never forget, bro. I'm gonna go to this side. I'm gonna come back to y'all. Anybody?
This is gonna be our last one right here.
Okay, last one.
So you say you had to do 45 years. Did you do the time or not?
Nah, I ain't do the time. I got myself home in 9 months. She said that was the last one, y'all. So before I get out of here, I want y'all to repeat after me. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? My vision, my destination. I am my only enemy. I believe in myself. No one can stop me. I can. I will be what I want to be. Keep my ears and eyes open, mind clean, and I always remember it's a lesson in each day. Thank y'all for having me. I'm Harold Doby. And y'all can follow me on all social media platforms at Doby Motivation. That's Doby Motivation on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. And I thank y'all.
All right, go ahead, give him one more round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Doby, for those inspiring words and for reminding us of the importance of purpose, perseverance, and pride. Give him another hand, Jaguars, one more time.